Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how to make a link on your Moodle page in order for your students to attend from remote. Okay, so I've already made one for my class. You can see it looks like this here, but I'll just make another one just to show you the procedure. So this is for my course, CS 110 section 2. Okay, so once you go into your course, be sure to turn on the editing. Okay, so that you have all the editing options. And from here, we will go down to here, add an activity or resource. And probably the easiest way to do this is to make a label. Okay, so in the label, it's just usually a piece of text that's going to be displaying on your Moodle page. So you can write something simple like, use this link to attend from remote. Okay, something like that. If you want, you can write some other text or whatnot. Okay, and next, I'm just going to go to the new line just because it looks a little cleaner for myself to organize in my mind. But going up here, I'm going to actually create the link now that students can use. So when I click on that, it may ask me to sign in, which is no problem. It should do that quite seamlessly. And then now you can see that we have the option to create the meeting link. Okay, so once created, you don't have to worry about the time because this meeting will actually be reused over and over again for each of your classes. So it's not really stuck on a set time and date. So don't have to worry about that. What is a little bit important is to give it a name. So you probably want a fairly descriptive name just so that you can distinguish this meeting from the meetings of your other classes, because if all the classes have the same name, you might get confused. So since this is CS 110 section 2, I usually put that. And sometimes I even put like the semester just to distinguish it from other semesters that I might have created a meeting. Okay, so once I do that, I usually use this, open it in a new window. And then after that, I can just click create. Okay, and from here, you'll probably want to take a look at the meeting options. Okay, so in the meeting options here, once they've loaded, usually most of these you could probably leave as default. Sometimes I like to let students just bypass the lobby by themselves so I don't have to admit them one by one, but that's a personal choice. The other option that I sometimes modify is this one. If you want students to be able to share their screen with you, then you want to let other people present and not just only you. So that's the other one I change. Record automatically, I would leave that off because that can cause some problems with ownership of the video and can cause problems in students viewing the videos. So I would leave that off. All the other ones I think are usually left as default. So once you click save, it'll tell you it's done and you can close those meeting options, and we're back here. And from here we can just simply add link. Now we get this kind of messy link, and if you want you can leave that so students can just click on that link, okay? But if you want a slightly cleaner look, you can take that and copy it, and then you can highlight whatever words you want to create a link. So let's do this. Okay, so these words, and we'll make this into a link, and I'll just paste that in there, paste that big long thing that we had there, and open as new window, create link. Okay, so once I've done that, I don't need this big mess anymore. Okay, so I take that off. Okay, and save and return to course. So now we have that link right here. There it is. You can take it and drag it wherever you want, wherever you think is most visible. Okay, as you saw in my previous one that I made, I did make it in all caps just so it's a little bit more visible. But anyways, let's use this one. Let's see what happens when we click on it. So clicking on this, it will bring us to this. If you don't already have Teams, I'll ask you to download it, things like that. But if you already have Teams open, you can see that your meeting appears here and is ready. And this is essentially what the students will see. So all they have to do is just join the meeting. Okay. And then once they're in the meeting, you're in the meeting, you guys can start talking together and having a lesson as usual. Okay, when you're done, you can leave the meeting. Okay. And as mentioned before, once you have joined the meeting at least once, you can see that it does appear here in the chat area. And this is why I mentioned before that sometimes having a good name lets you distinguish it from other courses that you may teach. Okay, so that's all about creating that link on Moodle.